Hit it with the intro. Hit it with the intro.
Welcome to the weekly detox with Dee and Lee.
And in this one,
I'm naked. And our special guest,
Kadeem.
Welcome, Kadeem.
Thank you very much.
He just got back from Thailand.
To be here.
Are you happy to be here?
No.
Oh, you might be happy?
Yes, I'm happy to be here, but not here.
Oh, you're not happy to be back in the U.S.?
Yes.
But okay, what you miss about Thailand?
My friends and
What
the weather. Yes.
Chopped liver.
Well, you know, you do what you gotta do till you get to where you want to be.
We're just temporary friends till you get back to Thailand.
Yes.
Huh.
Anyway, the truth hurts sometimes.
Well, we're glad to have you back, I think. So today, what are we gonna talk about?
Interracial dating.
Interracial dating. Interracial dating. So we've been watching some interesting videos on the interwebs, and came up with a few interesting opinions on the subject. Kadeem, what do you think? Interracial relationships. Have you ever been in one?
No, I haven't.
No?
No, I
Me neither. But this one is currently in an interracial dating.
Enough about. We'll get to.
No, I'm kidding.
No, you
all
definitely-
the cool people have. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, I've actually been in a lot of interracial relationships, but I don't really like the word interracial because I feel like, you know, we're just like the human race, you know?
Yeah.
So I just feel like we're the human race, but we just have different adaptations depending on the environment, you know? So, but... yeah, I like every guy. I like every guy, every color, but you know, I have a preference for people of color, you know. But I even have a preference, like if it's like a cool like white guy and he's like really cool or whatever, yeah, I would still talk to him. And I have in the past, you know, I've had Greek guys, Italian guys, everything.
Damn, how
From
old
Ukraine.
are you?
From Ukraine, British, German, Turkish.
Why are you not married by now?
Anybody trying to get your visa? Your ticket back right here is back in the States, y'all.
Yeah, everything. British, Finnish, Swedish.
Is she gonna name every in Europe?
Yes.
In Asia?
The fish in the ocean.
Spain. I don't know of anybody from Portugal. I can't remember. But yeah, all of those.
Global.
They can't say I didn't try, you know. I tried multiple times.
Took a nipple of each cookie.
I like this one, but
Not really.
You know?
too much coconut.
Yeah, I love all the flavors pretty much.
Was there anything that you hated about dating somebody outside of race? Like, what comments did people make?
I never heard any, maybe because I'm like a big black guy, so they're probably afraid to say some dumb shit like that in my face. Because
Alright, how about you, Lee? But first you gotta tell everybody who you dating.
I have a boyfriend, and we've been dating for like
A year and 1 month.
a little over a year, not quite 1 month yet. And yeah, he's wonderful. But he's white, and we're in an interracial relationship.
6'7", big white guy.
He's tall. So he stands out, you know, in that way
tall.
as well. But love tall men. Shout out. to
I particularly
the
don't
6'2"
like taller.
and above.
Oh,
I like the 5'11s and between 5'11 and 6'2".
She likes to tower over people, though.
I do.
Just not super tall.
That's another video.
I don't know. I can do like really tall. Like me is like some of my height.
Exactly.
I have the bigger.
No,
you're
not
probably
my
too
height.
big.
I like somebody that is like that can just grab me and engulf me.
Well, you could definitely do that. With him
I'm very happy, but it's just interesting to see like the different people, like, what their reactions are in different ways. Like, one thing I've noticed, like, and this also may be a sexist thing, which again, another video. But like, whenever we go out to eat,
we're setting up for a lot of videos right
now. Whenever we go out to eat, like, people will put the bill in front of him specifically, and even like sometimes I'll be paying, and then I'll just get offended. Like, why would not put it in the middle, or like, why would you put it in front of him and not like, I can't be paying? What? You think I don't have a job?
Of course.
So that's like a weird thing. But then also, like, we've gotten the really blatant stuff. Like, we would be walking in the street and people would be like, oh my god, you guys are so cute together. Oh my god, the black and white thing. I love the black and white thing. And I'm just like,
what?
What is the black and white thing again? Again, like, we're just people, and neither one of us feel what.
Let me add on to your story. So I had a very brief stint with a white guy. He was huge, 6'8" white guy.
I remember him too.
Okay. He was white.
And now she doesn't like tall guys.
But what is it you didn't like about him the most?
I tried a couple of tall guys. I'm talking over 6'5", huge guys, and it just, I threw the towel in with that one. Okay.
But what is it you didn't like about him the most?
Coming to, it's not that I didn't like him or whatever, it just didn't work out. Is the thing is, like, the way people comment at us. I remember one time, at that moment, I was living in the Bronx. That didn't last long either.
Shout out to the Bronx.
Nope. Not for me. But
never mind.
So one time, he's walking me home. Mind you, he lived in Brooklyn, out by Coney Island, she said, babe. But somehow he ended up taking me home up in the Bronx. So we're walking across the street. It's probably between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. in the morning. So we're walking across this huge junction. And to get to my house, you have to walk. It was really weird. It's just a very huge junction. So we're crossing the street, just talking, mind our business. And these guys in the car rolled around, and it was like they were making fun of us, and they were just yelling racial slurs at us. And they was like, oh, why the fuck you with this white guy, like, you leaving us for him, like, what's good? Yeah, it was, they said worse things than that. To me, I was like, excuse me.
God. Well, I never.
But what's really messed up is a part of I think interracial dating is awesome, beautiful, do whatever you want, you're in this life. But when people comment on it, especially with negative comments, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm with him obviously because they didn't work with one of you guys. Right. It's kind of, and then I hate also when people say, oh, we lost a good one, or to the team, or when celebrities had the relationship with somebody of their race and they start dating somebody else. They're like, oh yeah, white guys.
They just gave up on all. And it's not always like, I've definitely, I would say that
really stupid.
Yeah, and I would say that mindset is stupid because you're assuming that it's just, you're saying something negative against the black community by dating somebody that's not in the black community. It's not me saying, like, whatever, I'm not going to date a black guy because this, and that, or whatever. Like, there's no
because
particular reason.
Because there are ignorant people like that, too.
There are, and they should be ashamed of themselves.
They're horrible people.
But my point is, it's like, I've definitely, I could say the majority of guys I've dated probably have been white. There's been Probably not as many as Kadeem. Quite not as diverse as that, but
not only white.
I have been with like a various, diverse group of men, not just white or European or whatever. And the person that I'm going to be with is the person that I'm going to be with. And if they happen to be white, then they're just white. And then that's it. That's...
Alright, I think it's only fair enough to move on to when people fetishize. Some people hate it, some people fetishize.
Fetishization is
she's my
intense.
live dictionary.
Also, as someone that has actually dated a fair number of white guys, if you're white guys that is into black girls, don't roll up to a black girl and say, I really like black girls. That doesn't go over well. That does not work. It doesn't like...
Wow. That sounds kind of creepy.
It is. It is like...
kind of.
You're like, oh, their baby's going to be so cute. If you get a white guy, your baby's... it's just like...
Wow.
Yeah.
While I will say that scientifically, the advantage of making offspring with a person that's not of your race is that like say a black person and a white person, the best genes actually of those two people or those two races or whatever tend to go into the child. So like they'll have less of a chance of having like heart disease from the white person, and they'll have less of a chance of getting like sickle cell or whatever or cancer from the white.
Well, it's probably
side,
like their ancestors are probably just really distant.
Darwinism.
Their ancestors is probably very distant.
Huh?
Their ancestors is probably very, very distant.
Oh.
So therefore, there's like no chance of like when you have ancestral relationships, it's like because it's too close. But if you're from
what are you talking
different
about?
ethnicity, that's what I'm saying. Your ancestors are very far apart.
Oh yeah.
There's no chance. Yeah.
Yeah. That's confused.
I had to finish what he was saying. Yeah, I just generally don't like how our society fetishize mixed people, interracial dating, and stuff. And it's just
heard one time. I heard this ignorant dude. He was saying that like he was black, and he was like he don't want to marry a black girl or something because he want his children to have good hair.
Look, people like that just have a problem with themselves.
Yeah.
Do not project it onto me. Ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah,
Not my
he was
business.
really
I'm black. I love. What?
stupid.
You have a problem with your nappy hair? I don't see why you even bothering to breed. And then I find that is the least attractive, least breedable person that will say that. Like, you have nothing that I want to reproduce. You have nothing that I would like to see.
No, it's some...
They're making themselves be a victim. So
it's
like,
some desperate girl out there.
It's your fault that...
Not me, okay?
Not you.
Exactly. It's your fault that they can't get a woman. So it's because you decided to go for this whoever else they're saying that you're going with instead of them, because they would be your only other option.
Yeah, I think they have some self issues though.
Yeah,
I think they have some really self-hatred issues.
Hey guys, so we were having some technical difficulties with that last part of the video, but I did want to follow up with a way to finish it off here. So we were talking about interracial relationships and how it's affected us, fetishization and its effect on the Black community and global community. And I just wanted to add a perspective of being a person in an interracial relationship that I've definitely experienced. I don't know if you would call it racism from all sides, but it's definitely been a sense of prejudice from the white perspective, from people patronizing us to
the perspective of other Black folks who don't really appreciate the fact that I choose not to self-segregate. And I have a small story regarding that. My boyfriend and I were going into his apartment one day, and we were just having a good time, being ourselves, enjoying ourselves, going into his apartment building through the lobby, and we encountered some ladies who were just like standing across the street, and they were sort of yelling at us like, hey, like, you look good. Oh, you look really awesome. You looking good. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And I started to laugh and giggle and stuff without realizing that they were mocking us. So they eventually started to say like, oh yeah, like, I'm so mocking me. I'm so cool. I'm so good. I've got lots of money now. I'm with a white man. And they were saying all these really super racist and ignorant things to me, just kind of mocking me because I'm with a white person. And it made me feel like really dejected and just kind of alienated from my own community. And like, just because I'm Black doesn't mean that I can't date a person that's not Black. And if I do, it doesn't mean that I am not down for Black people. It doesn't mean that I don't know about my heritage. And it certainly doesn't mean that I'm racist against my own. I would never be. So if you're out there and you're thinking about this subject of interracial relationships, just think, you know, if you're a white person or a person that's not Black that wants to be with a Black person, or any person of any race that wants to be with someone that's not your own race, just don't fetishize them. Appreciate your culture and where they come from. And if you're a person that sees two different people from different races, just leave them alone. And also, if you're in an interracial relationship and you have had experiences, or you have had issues with people saying things to you that made you uncomfortable, comment below. Like, tell us how you feel. Tell us how your experience has gone so far being in that kind of relationship, and we want to open up a conversation about it. Thanks so much for allowing me to come back and finish this video off. I hope you guys have a great night. This has been Detox with Dee. She's here. She's behind the camera. And Lee. Bye.